We're here today with Sasha, and what I'm going to do to her today is, you see she's blonde. We're going to keep her blonde. I've been bleaching and toning Sasha. And you can see she's got very little new growth, but this is the ideal time to do it because then you get a more even color. You get really good lift on that new growth. You see how super short she is. I'm going to go a little shorter. She wears this pixie really well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply her color first. I have a blue lightener, a 20 volume I'm using, and I start right up here on the top and just work my way down, brushing it just on the new growth. All right, we're back. You can see I've got Sasha bleached and toned. The toner I put on her, you saw me putting that on, that was the 10C with 20 volume, and I literally put it on at the shampoo bowl. Always trying to start in the part that looks the brassiest first. It's always these sides and around the hairline that come up so nice and light. So I always try to concentrate it in that area that needs it more, where it's a little more brassy. And two, I didn't want to make her too dark or too ashy, so I just literally washed that through, kind of worked it through and took it off. So it still left her blonde, but just not that glowy, glow in the dark blonde. You can see we've already got her super short, but I do have some hair to cut on her. And what I want to do to Sasha is I'm going to cut her hair with my 5-tooth knotchers, and it's a pair of shears that you use as a thinning shear. It takes out hair, and you can see the teeth on it. It looks like it takes huge amounts out, but it really takes the space in between, takes little chunks out. So I'm going to actually do her whole haircut with that. And why I like that is because she's super blonde. I could scissor over comb it. I could clipper cut it. But I've done all that to her, and I want to do something different. And I like this effect because it really gives it that jagged, really ragged edge. It's always nice to have it looking soft and not severe. So I'm going to start right in here, and as if I have just regular shears, I'm going to use this to cut the shape in here. And you can see when I go in and cut, I cut and chew a couple times. That way it leaves it ragged, and it gives it that effect of a razored edge. And I did do some razoring to Sasha last time, so she's still got a lot of texture and pieciness in here. And you can even see after I'm cutting this, they had that area on the very ends that was a little brassy, so that's coming off, and even her color will definitely look more even once I take this weight off of here. And you can see what it does. It leaves this hair very fringy on the edges. And when you have hair this blonde, this bleached and toned hair, you see every scissor mark in it if there's a mistake. So this is a great way to cut blonde hair and it look ragged and not so fresh and new. Now that's a look there also if you want it very severe and very sharp. But I feel like when your hair is this short, you want it to look feminine and you want it to look sexy too. So you can have both of that. And I'm almost doing just like I would scissor over comb, and you can see where it's taken out that little bit of that brassiness on the ends, and her color's going to be prettier. I'm going right through this hair, starting in front of the ear, lifting out and taking it off with my 5-tooth notchers. Going around the ear, you can always see when you've got that hair bleached nice and even, you'll see a spot in here if it's not. And I've got her good today. And we like this here. We like these soft ends. You could easily cut those off if you want something more extreme. But I just think it still looks very soft. And you have the option, once you've cut it and dried it, to see where else you want to take more off. You can see her neckline really lays nice. It actually grows the opposite. It goes this way and, of a regular hairline. So it's really very pretty in the back, especially when it's cut in close. This little shape will be nice because it will be super close on the sides and the neck, and you can see it's very short on the top, and even with that shortness on the top, it's still very thick. So this texturizing will still cut it jagged, short and long. So I've got the sides done. I'm going to start in the crown right here. I'm going to lift this up, and instead of going straight across, I'm going to cut into it. If I were to go in here, you'd see every scissor mark in here, and that's what I don't want. So I'm cutting down in it just like I'm point cutting with those. That way you have that airiness or that jagged, uneven. It's like an even uneven, because you want it to have the shape it's going to be is what it's going to be. So there's no hiding it, no putting it up. So this is going to be great because Sasha's got such a nice shaped head, and she's got this pretty face. So she looks good with no hair. And we're going to leave her enough hair that she can play with, because even with it this short, I still have some hair to flat iron. I can make this very spiky and piecey and a little edgier. She could part this hair over and comb it into like a little boy cut where it could almost be evening. She could sleek it back and it would look like a very sleek, dressy, kind of a very glamour look almost. So even though it's super short, you still have options. And I think what you wear, what you have on, how your makeup looks, all plays into the hair, how the hair looks. So I'm just going around the round of her head now, where it just is a little bulgy at the round of the head and going through and taking that weight out. You can see already I'm cutting it really in the way that it grows. You can see her growth pattern so easy when it's this short, and especially with it this blonde. I'm really combing this hair and cutting it in the way that it grows. That way it'll hug her head in the right spot. She won't fight with edges that stick out. And too, I think the worst part of getting a new haircut is that it looks like a new haircut. So many people don't want it to look fresh or obviously cut. So using these texturizers really do give you that little ragged effect that's great on this short cut. Now I think what I've done is I've taken enough out, and always leave a little hair because that's your insurance to go back and cut a little bit more and alter it where it needs. You want to fit it to really detail it to the client. So you see she's got a little crazy cowlick there. I'm going to leave that because I'm not sure if I want to cut it shorter or leave it longer. And even the little wisp over her forehead is nice because she has to have just a little softness in there. But once I dry this, I'm going to hit it with the dryer. We're going to dry this water out. And I do have a little mini flat iron that I like to use on this short hair because it's very tiny and it's not, it's not a big one, so you can get down to the scalp, and especially on short hair. Well, her hair is very short anyway. Literally a flat iron, of course, it's straight. But what that flat iron does is it really plays up the texture. It'll really make a difference in how her hair looks. And it'll be very little. The only place I would do it is through the top if I want this to stand up or be just a little edgier. And the hair is short. It dries very fast. I'm just drying it with my hands, just to kind of going with the way that it grows. Short hair is so in right now. You see it everywhere. When these celebrities start cutting their hair off, they really start to trim. And plus with the clothing's been very feminine, very soft, so the hair can be a little more extreme. You see a lot of curly hair, a lot of tousled, wavy, longer hair. Short hair is still in. I'm just drying it with my hands and giving it a little texture here because this is what we like. If this is going to be super short, you want this having something going on the top here. And just, you can see already, the color is just so cute on her. I've cut all of that old bleach off. It was kind of just a funny shade, just that old stuff on the ends. Now the color is just super shiny, so nice and even, and it's just flattering on Sasha. Sasha's a brunette naturally, but we love her blonde. She makes a great blonde. Never again you're going to be brunette, Sasha. Now, I've just about got it dry. Now, we use all Nutrient as the hair color we use. This bleach here that we use really leaves the hair soft. It doesn't leave the hair stiff or dry or dull. So it's very gentle on the hair. And also the toner I used was 10C and all Nutrient. Just for not even 2 minutes, so it was quick. What I'm putting on her now is the Max Wax. It's our pomade, and it's for separation and hold. I mean, to me, she looks cute like this. This is wearable, very cute. You see all the texture in there. You don't see any of those little blunt lines in there. I use those, 5-tooth notchers, so it really gives it a nice blend. The texture control, you see I've got just a little dab there. The texture control will really make this hair even better. It takes it one step further where it really shows the shape off. Now when you rub this texture control in, now you see all of the pieceiness and all the jagginess. You don't see any blunt lines in here. And to me, this is what makes the hair easy. When you can rub your hands through it, using your hands just to style this hair is what makes this look new and modern. Sasha, you look great. I enjoyed it. Thank y'all for watching today.